Good morning, students. Today we will take second unit of the first chapter, that is the story of the village Palampur. In the first unit, I told you that Palampur is a medium-sized village and having 450 families in it. Let us know about few more things about the village. The land is fixed. So we know the land is fixed and it cannot be increased. In the beginning means during the time of since independence, the they have increased few square hectares of the land, but now the land is fixed. So land cannot be increased. But as you know, the population is increasing and we need more food for the people. There is a great demand of the food. So how to increase more from the same land? What are the ways to increase more from the same land? So there are the various ways by which farmers are trying to increase. First is they are using multiple cropping. You know, we are having three seasons of cropping. We are having Kharif season, we are having Rabi season, and one is Zaid season. So farmers in the Palampur, they are growing jowar, bajra, paddy. In between is from the October to December, they take a potato crop, and in the later months, uh, a wheat crop is taken. So farmers are taking three crops and from the same land. Now, in late 60s or in the beginning of 1970s, the farmers started using HYV seeds. What are HYV seeds? High yielding variety seeds. These are the seeds which are very helpful in increasing production. Now, from the same land, we can take close to 3 times or 4 times more production, more grains can be produced. Few more ways the farmers like now they are having a permanent irrigation system. Earlier, farmers used to depend on rainfall. Agriculture is known as it is depending totally over monsoon. Now, through the irrigation, now the farmers started installing tube wells, and through the tube wells, they can. It is a permanent source of irrigation. Now they need not to depend upon all the time over monsoon rainfall. Few more inputs like using chemical fertilizers or pesticides. So these all inputs, good variety of seeds, irrigation, the chemical fertilizers and pesticides, they were very helpful in increasing the production. Now let us know the land distribution. You know, land is a fixed resource as well as it is not equally distributed among the farmers. So most of the land is belonging to few families, few rich families. So there are rich farmers, those who own big pieces of the land. Then there are many medium-sized farmers, and then there is a large number of landless labor. So in Palampur or in any other village of the country, you will find that land is not equally distributed. Especially land is in the hands of upper caste people. And labor is mostly provided by the people belonging to the scheduled caste or other backward castes. Now, The Let us talk about farm laborers. So in village Palampur, the farmers, the villagers, which I told you, the large number of landless labor is there, that is providing labor to the medium class farmers or rich farmers. But they are not owing the production. Production is owned by whatever is produced, that is owned by rich farmers or the medium farmers. So they work for the wages, and wages are very low. Now let us move to some other activities which are performed by the villagers. As I said, 75% of the people are involved in directly or indirectly in agriculture. Now there are some other activities which are called non-farm activities. Non-farm activities like dairy. Dairy is one of the most common activity which is done by farmers. It supplement their income and provide milk to the family, money during the time of lean period when there is no other work. Farming is not a work which is done throughout the year. It is done in parts, like at the time of sowing or at the time of weeding or at the time of harvesting. Farmers are busy, but they get enough time in between. So dairy is one thing which they do is quite common. They have buffaloes, cows. They sell the milk to the nearby bigger village or a town. Some towns have collections come chilling centers where the milk is collected from the different villagers come and they sell their milk there, and from there it is taken to the other processing units. So dairy is a very common activity. Then comes to the small scale manufacturing. Farmers, besides farming, few people in the village, they are involving into the small scale industry, small scale manufacturing. It is very different than bigger industries as you see in the towns or big cities or other parts of the country. These are small scale industries, manufacturing units, where only the family members, mostly family members, they work into it. Hardly they hire any labor from outside. Now, shopkeepers. These days in the villages you will get the shops where they sell the small eatables, things which are needed by the farmers regularly. Then lastly you can say the transport. There are people, those who are involved into the transport, like they have their own rickshaws, tongas, bullock carts, or a tractor driven car or jeep, or different means of the transportation. So they are there to provide the transport facility to the villages. So in this way, we have studied in this chapter the farming is the main activity in the village Palampur. Majority of the people are involved into it, and lot of improvement has come during last 70 years or so. Now the village is electrified, is having good roads, all weather roads, and having health facilities there. Primary schools are there, and then the farmers, those who the villagers, those who got education, they are doing different things. Like some are having computer classes in their own village, or having they do stitching or many occupations they are trying. So students, with this we are concluding the lesson. Please go through the lesson and try to write NCERT questions in your notebook. Till then, thank you.